Hello, everybody. I'm glad you're here today. I'm actually sitting in our new chicken coop that we're building. It's not finished yet, and I wouldn't be in here if the chickens were. But I wanted to, first of all, it's such a beautiful day. I wanted to come outside. But I also wanted to bring you this idea that hit me. I need to show you this. I was over at my parents' house, and on the counter of their house was this. It was this cookbook, and it's called Searchlight Recipe Book, and the copyright is 1943. And this was my grandmother's, and I called her Momo, and she has long since crossed over, and I'll see her again. But so I started reading these recipes. This must have been the recipe book she used to get through the war years. World War II is what I'm thinking. It is a very used book, and she's marked some recipes in it that she liked. She even has some recipes in her own handwriting in the back. This is for banana cake, which I don't remember ever eating her banana cake. Banana pudding, yes, and she has another. I love seeing people's handwriting that have been on Earth and left us already. So I was just flipping through the recipes just to see what they were like and what they used to cook back then. Who knows, I may need it for the coming years. A couple of things occurred to me. One thing is, when I got to this recipe on page 73, and I actually do remember actually making this with her one evening. It's fudge, and I love fudge. I mean, that's my favorite. But on this book that has chocolate fudge, look at the markings on it. And I have recipes that look like this too. Do you see there's cocoa on it, water, splash of milk. I don't know what all's on here. But she obviously was on this page a lot. And what struck me is wherever we spend our time is what's going to be on us. People will be able to see that on us. So if we I'm going to spin this in the positive. If we spend time with Jesus a lot, like in prayer, reading the Bible, visiting with him, trusting him, that's going to show up. When people look at the pages of our lives, they're going to see Jesus on us. Just like I see cocoa and sugar and stuff on this recipe that she went to a lot. So what are the pages of your life showing? Are they showing Christ? Is that where you're spending your time? Or does your life look like the world? I don't know. You have to decide that. Another thing that crossed my mind is my grandmother, my mama, was strong. She was strong spiritually. She was strong physically. She was a strong woman. And I have that DNA in me too. And I just want you to remember, you wouldn't be living here today if you didn't have DNA in you that was strong. Somehow, some way, your grandparents lived through World War II, the Korean conflict, the Vietnam conflict, and other wars, maybe even before that. I don't know how old you are. But, so, we have in us what it will take to get through the coming days. Because it's in our DNA. The woman who used this cookbook during World War II and had 2 sons in Vietnam at the same time, she is who made me. And if she could do it, I can do it. Whatever's coming, persecution, nuclear war, World War III, the War of Nations, that's what God, when he talks to me about World War III, that's what he says. He calls it the War of Nations. We have that. And I want to encourage you. You're going to be able to get through the days ahead of us. Get your ark ready, obviously. But don't fear and don't feel like you're doing it under your own strength. It's God's strength in you. It is God who got this woman that owned this cookbook through those years, through her life. And it is God who will get you through these lives. So as you prepare, as you gather food and water and safety equipment and fallout shelter stuff, I mean, I don't know what you're getting ready for, but as you do that, acknowledge that it is never your ability that's doing it. And also, I've had to come to realize, because sometimes I have prepper anxiety, I've come to realize that I'm never going to be ready. I'm never going to be completely prepared. There's no way. God's going to be able to make up and do whatever he needs to do where I have fallen short. And he knows I'm going to fall short, and you are too. But he also is who makes me strong. And so I just want to remind you and encourage you, you're going to make it through the years ahead of us. Through the next 2 years till the 2024 election. That should be an interesting show to watch. Get out the popcorn. I don't know. It's crazy times. But be joyful and sing and dance and remember where you came from. And remember you're strong and you can make it. That's all I have. I hope that helped. I loved finding this cookbook, Chloe. So if you can spend time remembering who your family was and who made you, it might be a good endeavor and it might encourage you. That's all I have. This is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.